Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the city of Mitchekta, where the people of Kartli have impudently declared war on the Roman Empire, but as of right now, there's not much I can do about it. My ally, with whose help I could probably crush the Kartlians, is sitting nice and tight in their little city, doing nothing, even though I've set this town as a war goal. I am Marcus Aurelius, and this is Total War Attila, the Eastern Roman Empire, and history. And I believe I moved everyone around last turn, not this fellow. Let's do that. Okay. Wow, apparently he can move a lot more than he used to be able to. Alright. So let's end the turn. And I remember, yes, we have to give this guy a skill. He is a handler, and I need some champions, so I'm going to raise that. Although I don't think he can actually produce champions in this particular... That's a good point. I don't think champions can be produced in Thessalonica. We may have to move him to Thrace. Although, isn't the guy in Thrace also a handler? I don't know, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, we'll raise public order, which is very necessary. Let's check this out real quick. So the governor of Thrace is this guy, Vindonius Mus. And he is a patron. So he is not a handler. But we cannot recruit. Yeah. It will let me recruit priests, but not right now because I don't have enough money. But I cannot recruit champions. The only place I can recruit champions is in Constantinople. So, the question is then... There are a lot of cultural buildings here. There's a Greek hermitage. Well, just the one cultural building, I guess. Marble production is industry. Religion. Actually, religion's not culture. So there's no cultural buildings, I guess, here. So putting this guy there is not a good idea. Administration. Of course, there's no cultural buildings here either. What is a cultural building? Someone in the comments, let me know what a cultural building is. Because right now I have this governor who gives a monetary bonus to cultural buildings, which you would have thought if anyone anywhere has a cultural building, it would be Constantinople. But apparently it does not. It has religious buildings, and it has an administration building. But apparently no culture. This is also religion. A Silk Road, huh? Interesting. Who would have a cultural building of any of my provinces? Alexandria? Antioch? Alright, whatever. So we're going to go to the governors. And you, governor of Thracia, you are going to move to... Oh, I have to kick you out first? So you are Vindonius Mus. Okay. Oh, apparently I can't. Oh, man. What a fiasco. Alright. So, the guy in Macedonia, we're going to kick you out too. And then next turn, we'll set you guys as governors of your provinces. Man, what a pain in the butt this all is. But it did show me this, where... you can be Master of Horse? Let's do it. And in the meantime, we'll just wait without a Master of Soldiers, I guess, because you're currently fulfilling that position. I don't even know who you people are. Alright, cool. And end turn. So, back to the Emperor Valens. His reign was beset by wars. First, he moved east, just kind of to shore up the border against the Persians. This took place in 365, while Valentinian, of course, went to the west. However, a pretender emerged in Constantinople by the name of Procopius, who was a relation of... Oh, go south! Yes, I can recruit from you, although you might not have anything good. Who was a relation of the former Emperor Julian. And he convinced the people of the city, plus some army battalions, to join on his side. So Valens had to move all the way back to the west to confront him, where he did and finally was successful in defeating him in 366. He then sent Procopius's head to his brother Valentinian to be displayed in Milan. Quadians are just sitting still. However, during this rebellion, the Goths...
I will speak the hardest word for a warrior. Peace. It is an honorable offer, made to an honorable foe.
You want peace. Yeah, I want peace too. That's great. Don't know why you declared war on us in the first place, but I'm glad that we are cool. Although you're still at war with the Gossanids and the Western Romans, which is interesting. So the Goths supported the Pretender, so Valens marched up to the Danube to fight them, and he crushed them utterly in a series of campaigns over, I believe, 3 years, and they removed far north to the Carpathian Mountains. However, this had the side effect of removing the Goths as a potential source of troops for the Roman armies. Interestingly enough, too, these tribes that he crushed later became the people who would be the Visigoths and the Ostrogoths. Okay. Alright, so we have peace. But trade agreement dissolved with the Western Romans. Alright, because we can't trade with them. Not because they don't like us, they like us a lot, but because it looks like Genoa was conquered by Western Roman separatists. And it is winter, although that doesn't really affect us much. I see snow flying around, but it doesn't really affect us here. What I need to do, and our income's looking pretty good, actually. What I need to do is I need to get this guy where he's needed. I want to go back to my own lands, but the Roxolanians and the Western Roman separatists and the Ostrogoths are making things really tough. You know what, folks? I just don't think there's much I can do at this point. I can't take on all of them, and I have my own troubles. So this guy is going to go back. Since he's my best general, he's going to go back. And first he's going to help Arcadius against the Quadians, and then he's going to go to the east. But we're not going to leave Syracuse just alone to die. We're going to raise forces. Not these two, because they were governors before. You're a governor candidate, so no. I guess Fearless Warrior with Zeal. I could have sworn there was somebody who had... What do you call it? Who had the plus integrity, but I guess not. So we're going to have a Fearless Warrior. We're going to reinstate the legacy of the Fulminata Legion. And you will raise troops. No, that's not what I wanted to do at all. You will recruit some units. Alright, 3 spearmen, starting off with. Okay, so he's moving back over here. Now, we have our navy here against the Italian navy. Okay. Now, here's the thing. It is saying here that our army should absolutely, without any problem, crush these guys. Our navy, I should say. I attempted to fight this battle on screen, just to provide you with a naval battle to watch, because I thought that'd be fun. And they absolutely just crushed us completely. So, obviously, I am an absolutely terrible admiral. I cannot command a navy to save my life. So we're just going to auto-resolve. And yeah, heroic victory. When I fought this out, which is the opposite of what normally happens, right? You auto-resolve and you lose a battle you could normally have won, but for some reason they tore me up in the real fight, so. So Italia as a faction no longer exists. And our navy has, or our naval admiral, what's his face? This fellow, Flavius Rufinus, right? Our heir. And his Persian wife, who's superior to him. What can we give you? Unit experience? You're not recruiting infantry, so that's useless. Personal influence? Well, you are in our family, so that makes sense. Morale when attacking, that's cool, but not great. Let's go with integrity. And you are a navy. Why would they allow an admiral to improve... Well, I guess this does improve naval recruitment capacity, but still. What he really wants is this. Fleet commander. So we're going to get down here, so eventually we can do that. Alright. And he's done for the turn.
How can I serve the people?
This guy is going to go convert these... No, I'm not going to disrupt the settlement. No. He's just going to convert these Axumites to the true faith. And this guy is just going to keep these people happy. Arcadius, it's wintertime, so we're just going to hold this one out. Hopefully he doesn't get the procrastinator trait. That would suck. Oh, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, we can now upgrade our cavalry because we have the horse breeder. So now they move faster. And we can actually improve that and get even more money and more food. Let's do that. That sounds like a plan. And we should start recruiting some high-level cavalry too, but I want my income to go above 5,000 in general. Although it probably is. It's 23,000, but our expenses are 18,000, and that's really the issue. Alright, let's get our governors where we want them to be. How do we do that? There we go. So which one of you fools wants to be master of foot? Can any of you? You can. Gaius. No, you can't. Vindonius. No, you can't either. Yeah, I guess nobody can. Nobody's good enough. There's our little son, Publius. Publius Turullius Licinus. Somebody asked what his name was, and that's what it is. They asked if he had any traits. I don't believe so. I don't believe you get a trait until you are an adult. But in the meantime, we want to put our handler in Thracia. Is that you, Vindonius? I don't think it is. Flavius? Which one of you is the handler? Flavius. Alright, Flavius, you're in charge of Thracia. And Vindonius... Is Macedonia still revolting? It might be better to put him in Cappadocia. Or Libya. What is he? Like, what's your special skill? Wealth from cultural buildings, which we don't have any of. But you would think if there were cultural buildings, they would be in Macedonia. Let's just quickly take a little look here. So these places are unhappy but are becoming happier, and Macedonia is happy but is becoming unhappy, as is Libya. So really where I want him to be... Oh, wow. I'm not happy here. Where I want him to be is, I guess, back in Macedonia. It also makes more money. The islands make a ton of money, but there's no reason for a governor there. They're doing just fine. Alright, you know what? Greece is a hotbed of paganism, so if we put him in Macedonia, he can, like, convert them to Christianity. Alright. Arcadius, still hanging out. You are just going to move around. Okay, Timasius. Oh, wow, you're suffering from attrition, but we are at peace now. So, shoot. I think if you fortify, you no longer are immune to attrition. Or you are immune to attrition, I should say. And you are. Okay, so we're just going to stay there for a second. Next turn, we'll get out of there. Sextus? Can you afford anyone? No. So we're just going to march around. Although I don't intend to use you in battle, so I don't really care if you do get bad traits. And you are in the water for some reason that I can't quite fathom. I just don't move you around very well, I guess. Alright, good. And that's everybody. Alright, in turn. Ah, edicts, right. So Thracia, public order and research, which is always very good. Morale training for recruits and more Greek Christianity. Higher taxes. Or food production and growth. Let's do food production and growth. Meanwhile, down in Macedonia, we want... Is the religion as bad as I think it is? Yes, Greco-Roman paganism is on the rise. So we're going to go to religious influence. Okay, excellent. So, once the situation with the Goths was resolved, then the Persians deposed the king of Armenia, and his son was besieged in his fortress, and he escaped and managed to make it to Valens, who at this point was on the border of the Danube fighting the Goths. So, Valens sent him along with some troops to reclaim the kingdom, and he failed. The Persians beat him back, and so he came back to Valens.
Can you not commit their efforts to attack these people?
And you were going to pay us 1,000 to attack the Western Roman separatists. Yes, we'll do it. And so, the second attempt to put this guy back in power succeeded, and the Persians were soundly defeated, and Valens got himself a new treaty. But then, in 375, he had to put down a revolt in Isauria, which, if you'll recall, is a mountainous area on the southeastern Asia Minor, what is now Turkey, peninsula, or landscape, whatever it is exactly. But then, at the same time, a queen by the name of Mavia, who was a Saracen queen in Palestine, revolted against the Romans and started causing trouble, and he had to divert troops to take care of her as well. Thuringians are gone. And we succeeded in our mission. So we get a plus 20% military research rate. Excellent. That means this only takes 4 turns instead of 5. Excellent. Times 2. So, he had to deal with that. And then, on top of this, as if to add insult to injury, the guy he just made king of Armenia started causing trouble and just not being very loyal to the Romans and demanding cities. And so, Valens had to have him executed, and he put another guy who was strongly pro-Roman in his place. Hunnic mounted warband, steppe mounted brigands. That's pretty cheap, 375. What's their upkeep? Their upkeep is 162, and this is 191. Excellent capture power. Excellent speed. Excellent attack against cavalry. I'll take the brigands. Okay. So yeah, Valens replaced the Armenian king with one who was a bit more predisposed towards Rome, and of course the Persians were very unhappy about that. There was nothing they could do. Alright. I've increased this border city, right? Yep, to level 2. How about Viminacium? Yep, it's also at number 2. In fact, Dardania is rife for exploitation at this point. They have 2 farms, although I don't think it's very fertile. What do we have here? We have cattle. I think I just built those, cattle and sheep, to make some money, right? That will lead to some squalor. How are we doing? So we have 1 sanitation in each of these places, and this will increase it by 2. So we'll need to upgrade this. Let's do it preemptively. Alright. And once again, we find ourselves out of money. And this place is rapidly devolving into unhappiness. What do I want to do here? Sanitation's a big deal. and I have no control over anyplace else. Let's build a fountain. Although that's going to mean that I cannot recruit more troops. Well, you do what you can. You know what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to forgive them from paying taxes. That should make them a little happier. Although not a ton. It's instability, though. So as soon as a few turns go by, and a ton of immigrants. Holy wow. Due to war and turmoil. And they're also really high on Greco-Roman paganism. Fun place. Glad I captured it. In the meantime, we promised our Italian friends that we would assist them with some rebels. So, we'll do that. I'm just scanning to see if there's anybody around here who can threaten us in the Navy. But there is not. Arcadius, get some exercise. The Quadians are just sitting there. I guess as long as they do that, it doesn't bother me. Now that we are at peace with the Cartlians, we can move down against Axum. But we would need our allies to help. Let's see here. It is spring, so we have plenty of time. Let's go down here. Alright, and let's roll the dice. Where are these guys here? Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just click on them. Or I can't, because they won't let me move the map around. And they're blocked by this. So, Axum. You don't like us one bit. In fact, you are openly hostile to us. Well, you know what? I'm openly hostile to you two.
Know that I have an amulet against the evil eye. Dark sorcery.
Oh, you have an amulet against the evil eye. Well, that's great. Some Christian you are. Okay, so the Nobatians and the Ghassanids actually kind of like them.
I will save a special arrow just for you. Look for me on the battlefield.
So they joined us, even though they like them. Well, that's good. So the next step is to set them as a war target. Set war coordination target. Let's go to... I don't know if I have to do this or not, but let's go to Nobatia. And let's have them. Okay. I think that's... Yep, that looks like it's done. Alright, good. So, let's see what they do. I want to see if they start moving or not before I commit my troops. But actually, you know what? I can do some raiding. Make some money. Why not? Next turn, though. Okay, Flavius Caesarius. We can't do much with you right now, since we're out of money. Sextus Tudianus. Wait. Hold on. Sextus Pupius Tudi Anus? Really? Is that supposed to be a joke? A joke name? It feels like it kind of should be a joke name. Public order +5 in the local province. Tax rate +5 in research. Done. You have a chief eunuch. Congratulations. Pupius Anus. Great. Alright. You're a real Roman hero. And our navy. Where should our navy go? Will it help the situation in Syracuse? Will its presence make the people happy? I don't know. Probably not. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen. Next episode, we will complete our discussion about the Emperor Valens, hopefully, and we will maybe attack Axum? Who knows? But once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.